What's up guys, Ruppy here, bringing you the first game of all the post-commentated games I'm going to have to do to catch up as far as the Grand Pokemon League is concerned. Now, if you missed my team draft analysis video where I kind of explained everything already, Grand Pokemon League is basically a draft format league that the Ion Pokemon League is doing, kind of like the GBA, except we don't exactly follow the GBA's rule set exactly in terms of how we drafted or tier lists, etc. It's explained more in that video, so if you haven't checked out my draft analysis video for my team, go watch it. We are about 6 or 7 weeks in at this point. I honestly don't remember. I think I just played my week 6 game yesterday, so I got a bit of catching up to do, but I'm gonna do my best to get caught up to hopefully get to a point where I can start doing these live. So this was my week 1 battle against Sethias, coach of the Blackthorn Bloodseekers. And not gonna lie, this was kind of touted by a lot of the other guys in the league as the proverbial Clash of the Titans right out of the gate. Just because a lot of people believed, well, they were kind of split between who had the better draft, him or me, just based off how our teams came together, as you can see by the team matchup that I just tacked onto the screen there, just so you guys can see his team against mine. He had a lot of scary stuff, I'm not going to lie. And honestly, as far as my team's concerned, basically the two things on his team I feared the most were his Mega Salamence. Well, I would assume he would bring Mega Salamence, considering that's the only thing on his team that is capable of being a Mega. And his Breloom, which he ultimately didn't even bring, which kind of caught me off guard a bit. I did not expect him to bring the Cofagrigus when I was looking at his team. I didn't even think that would be a possibility. I don't believe I expected Archeops either, honestly, though I can understand why he brought it. I don't remember if I expected the Porygon Z or not. I honestly, because this match was like a month ago at this point, maybe even longer. Yeah, you can see by the register date, this was about a month ago. So I don't exactly remember what I expected him to bring. I know for sure I expected him to bring Salamence and Breloom, and he brought only one of those. As far as what I brought to the dance, I brought the team that, and I will name them off by the names I've given them as well. Tough Tusks the Donphan, Duranium the Aggron, Mega Aggron to be precise, Ultra Mega, the Yanmega, almost forgot its name, because it is the one true Mega, as I'm affectionately touting it. Light the Jolteon, I believe thus far this is also the only game I've ever brought Light to, which I probably it depends on team matchup, but I might be bringing it more sometime in the games I still need to play coming up. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Princess the Sylveon, and my number 1 draft pick, my ace, Victini. I mean, I could have given Victini a nickname, but, well, you know, you gotta be legal and all that, as far as the league's concerned. I mean, you can really go either or, as long as everything is legal. Just throwing that out there. So, yeah. I was a bit thrown off by some of the things he did bring, but I thought I could handle it, and, well, let's get into the battle and see how it played out. Alright, so, Ben, aka Sethias, is issuing a challenge. I led with Tough Tusks, as he decides to lead with his Cofagrigus, Lich. I didn't really like this matchup because I didn't want Donphan to lose Sturdy, so I switched into Princess, so I could just not deal with Mummy at all. And he ends up going for the knockoff and getting rid of, what did I put on? The leftovers. Yeah, I brought leftovers in this game for Princess. I go for a Hyper Voice just to test and see how defensive this thing is. It does roughly half as he proceeds to burn me with a Will-O-Wisp, which Princess isn't really, it doesn't really mind it just because it's not really doing anything to its attack, but at the same time, I'm going to get worn down because I just lost my leftovers as well. He's going to proceed to switch out here. I'm going to go for the Heal Bell to get rid of the burn. So the burn actually wasn't that big of a deal after all. As he goes into Sinon the Porygon Z. Bit of a Sword Art Online 2 reference there. He is a bit of a anime fan. We got a couple people in the league like that. he proceeds to go for a Choice Specs Hyper Voice here, and I proceed to learn that Sylveon cannot take a Choice Specs Hyper Beam from Porygon Z. However, I do know he needs to recharge on this turn, so I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to go into Victini and get behind a Substitute, which Sub-Victini has actually proven itself to be a very threatening set in my hands, as you will see, hopefully more going forward. He's going to go into Cofagrigus here, as I proceed to look to try to smash something with a V-Create, and it's unfortunately just barely going to miss out on the kill on Cofagrigus, and I am going to lose Victory Star, which luckily that didn't hinder me. It could have, losing that slight accuracy boost, but as he's going to go ahead and get his leftovers here, I'm going to proceed to just use another V-Create here, and Victini's going to get the first of many kills it's going to get on the season. It is currently my team leader in kills as of where we're at in the season right now, as well as I think it's in a bit of a dogfight for league leader as far as overall KOs is concerned. It only got one KO this game, however, and that was it, as Cofagrigus is going to go down. So we've knotted the score back up 5-5 here, as he goes into Captain Croc, the Crocodile. I opt to stay in here just because I'm behind the sub, just because I want to see if I can get rid of this thing. He's going to Earthquake and break my sub, as I'm just going to go ahead and straight up go for another V-Create. And I thought this would kill. I mean, I have Expert Belt on this Victini, this particular one. I know it's not super effective, but I thought it would kill, but he put a Focus Sash on this thing. So, my stats are getting lowered here quite a bit. I need to get the hell out of here, and I proceeded to do just that. I was worried about him having Pursuit, but lo and behold, either he doesn't have it, or he thought it was a play he didn't need to make. I'm going to switch into Tough Tusks, as he sets up the Stealth Rocks, which is an interesting play. So now he's going to get out and bring Sinon the Porygon Z back in. I'm just going to go for the Ice... I could have Rapid Spun, but I thought going for Ice Shard just to try and pick off the Crocodile before it could do anything to me would work. But it is what it is. He's going to go for the Tri-Attack, and Tough Tusk doesn't really take it well at all, but I am able to get off a Rapid Spin and get those rocks away, which it was crucial, as you guys will see here very shortly. I'm going to Ice Shard just to get a bit more damage off before Tough Tusk unfortunately goes down. Tough Tusk has kind of been the team tank. It takes hits, it basically martyrs itself for me to be able to make other plays such as this one. I'm going to go into Duranium. I believe I explained this nickname in the Draft Builder video too, hopefully. Or my draft analysis video. He's going to get Porygon Z out of there because Tri-Attack isn't really going to do a whole lot to me, especially after I Mega Evolve. And he's going to end up going into Keldeo. Now, by Mega Evolving, Duranium did lose the rock, it being part rock, as I set up Stealth Rocks, which is going to end up working in my favor for a bit here. He's going to set up a Calm Mind, as I believe I proceed to just start spamming Earthquake at this point. Basically, my plan right now is Duranium is also going to end up martyring itself here, just to try and get as much damage off on this Keldeo as possible. He's going to go for a Secret Sword on the following turn, and does quite a bit of damage, and that's even factoring in Filter, and the fact that I believe I actually made... I don't remember if I actually did, or if it was roughly close. I think I don't remember if this Aggron ended up being max special defense. I score a crit on that Earthquake, and he reveals the Citrus Berry, which, if you guys might seem confused by that, GPL is following the Ion Pokemon League rules, which does enforce Item Clause. So, once again, we're going to exchange Secret Sword and Earthquake, and we're both in the red at this point. Keldeo's going to outspeed, and the Secret Sword is going to put Duranium out of commission. So, I'm down 5-3 at this point. I was about to go into Jolteon here, but it's at this point that I saw a golden opportunity. If I brought in Ultra Mega, use Protect to get a speed boost, from here, he tried to go for the Icy Wind as I protected, which was a very smart play on his part, assuming I didn't have the Protect, and I'm glad I protected there, and you'll see why momentarily. Air Slash is going to take out this Keldeo. Ultra Mega is basically at the point now where it's going to proceed to pretty much sweep, which I am glad I actually went into Ultra Mega over Light Sadly, Light didn't even get to see any action in this game, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. He goes into Salazar, his Salamence, and he's going to proceed to Mega Evolve as the Intimidate goes off. But unfortunately for him, I prepared for this thing. I put a lot of ice on this team. I think my Mega Aggron even had Avalanche, and I know I put Hidden Power Ice on my Jolteon as well. Ultra Mega is certainly packing HP Ice, and that is going to one-shot Mega Salamence. So at this point, I have knotted the score back up as Ultra Mega is going to Speed Boost again. He ends up going into his Archeops here, and the Stealth Rock is definitely going to help. I'm going to use Hidden Power Ice again, as it's honestly the best thing I've got to hit this thing with, and it is super effective. It's just barely going to live, and he is going to be able to hit me with a Stone Edge. However, by using that Protect, I was able to hide the fact up until now that I had a Focus Sash on this thing, which basically sealed the game. He needed me to not have a Focus Sash to basically be his saving grace, and unfortunately for him, I did in fact go with Focus Sash. I am going to be able to take out Archeops with one more Hidden Power Ice. And at this point, all he has left is Porygon Z, which he sends in now. And that unfortunately is not going to be able to take a Bug Buzz. So that's going to be yet another kill for Ultra Mega, who ended up with 4 on the game and became my early season kills leader. And the only other thing he has left at this point is Crocodile, which that thing's going to die to Stealth Rocks. Unfortunately, Stealth Rock kills do not really count for anything in this league, like they would in their GBA, so that's not going to end up being a kill for Mega Aggron, though he does we do factor in stuff like that as assists. So that's going to end up being 4 assists for Duranium, as Ultra Mega scores 4 KOs, and I proceed to go 1-0 right out of the gate at the start of the season. Great game, Sethias. I'm not gonna lie, you really put the pressure on, especially with that Porygon Z. I was not expecting that thing, and I was not expecting a Choice Specs Hyper Beam, of all things. That was definitely, at least up until I brought in Eon Mega and saw my golden opening there. That was kind of the Clash of the Titans that everyone thought it might end up being. So, there you go, my Olivine Beacons light the way to a 1-0 start on the season with a win over the Blackthorn Bloodseekers. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Ruppy, and I will see you guys next time for our next Pokemon battle. Maybe it'll be our next GPL game, maybe it'll be something else. Who knows? I will see you guys then. Take care.